I'm working on a Stihl FS-90R today, and unfortunately this engine has suffered catastrophic engine failure, but not in the normal way with the piston and crankshaft. Instead, the shaft that the cam wheel rides on here is completely overlarged inside the engine. This pin here should be just as tight as the pin where the rocker arms ride on, but this lower pin is completely overbored itself. The same is true on the cover. The lower pin is completely overbored itself. On a brand new cover, this is absolutely zero tolerance. In fact, on a brand new cover, the rocker arm cover has about the same amount of tolerance, but this lower hole here is completely over enlarged. And unfortunately, there is nothing you can do to fix this. You would have to get the engine machined out, but it's not worth it at all. You can actually see in here how out of round this hole is. And if you notice at the very end there's that small groove. That is for the 2-cycle oil that's supposed to be able to go into there. But unfortunately, the previous owner of this unit must have ran very cheap 2-cycle oil, because inside the engine there was all this black oil everywhere. There was none of the green Stihl HP Ultra oil. So the biggest failure with this engine was because they used cheap 2-cycle oil that did not give sufficient lubrication. These engines really require the Stihl HP Ultra for their superior lubrication and anti-flash-off properties to stay properly lubricated. You can see the cam wheel perfectly fine, not melted down at all. But unfortunately, this engine is not good anymore. The symptoms that this engine had was it was running rough. You would go to throttle it up and it would take 5 or 6 seconds. It would sound like it was dying, because it was not allowing the valves to open properly, or the lash would always change. It would never rev fully either. It would always be only rev up to about 7,000 RPMs, and no load RPM should be around 10,000. So unfortunately, there's nothing that can be done with this engine. It's just going to have to be scrapped. That's the biggest problem with these older 90 units. The 91s were redesigned where they have a little ramp on this back cam cover that allows oil to feed into them. The failure rate on these has gone down significantly. The 91s last much longer than these older 90s do. This is very common on these older, before they put the 1 in the front of the number, like the 131, 110. So, thanks for watching.